everybody, it's Emily from Life So Savory, and today I'm going to be making another fun heat transfer design using my scan and cut and the software that came with the, or that's just free available online to use a scan and cut, and that's what we're going to be doing. So that was kind of a botched introduction, but anyway, so I hope you will come along and enjoy this fun craft. I almost didn't have a show today because when I came home at noon from running some errands, we had no power in the whole neighborhood. And as I was driving home, I saw power lines down. It's windy here today. And in fact, a car had driven over one of those huge telephone pole or electric pole wood ones, and it was like under their car. So I was thinking, not going to be able to do a show today. It is no electricity, but here we are. It worked, and I have a show. So, I see it was blocked. I didn't see you guys. So, hey, I'm so glad you guys are here. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. And I'm going to show you again the fun design that we made on Monday with Angela, and I think Reen was there, and of course my computer died, so I stopped streaming right at the end, which was not what I had hoped. But we got it worked out. So hopefully we can do this again. So let me just get a couple things done here. And then we are going to, okay, so let me just share to my group because it doesn't always do that. And then we'll get started. So again, we are going to do another fun scan and cut project. And if you saw on Monday, we made this fun Be a Cupcake design with heat transfer, and this would be, I thought, really fun to put on an apron or anything else that you might be making that's food related, or just a fun t-shirt design. So anyway, so we're going to make another heat transfer project today using the scan and cut heat transfer vinyl, and I'm going to give you some additional tips on using the scanning portion of the scan and cut when you're using heat transfer, and just some tips for doing that. So we're going to make a fun t-shirt for my daughter, and that's what we're doing. So I also wanted to remind you, if you haven't signed up for the free Sewing Summit video, the link is in the description of this video. It's a week of free videos on the online Sewing Summit, and it's free to sign up, doesn't cost you anything. You can watch all the videos live for free. If you want access to them not live, there is a subscription, but there's totally no need to buy that if you just want to enjoy the week. So that's coming up in just a few weeks. So if you haven't signed up, click the Sewing Summit link in the description of this video. You'll get counted as signing up under me, which is great. I'm one of the instructors, and I have a fun instructors, and I have a fun video for you guys. As well as, I think there's like 20 classes throughout the week that you can take for free. So sign up for that. Don't miss out on that fun opportunity. I'll try to remember to remind you guys again at the end. And also, if you are not part of my Facebook group, I would love for you to join the Life So Savory group on Facebook as well. The link is also in the description of this video. And we have a lot of fun over there. And it's a good place to ask questions. Okay. So, let's get to it. All right, so I'm going to bring the camera over here and flip this around so I can show you on here what we're looking at. And looks like, of course, I need to unreverse it. Okay, so this is the design that I'm cutting. It says, "Girls Just Want to Have Sun." It was a free pattern that I found online. If you've never used heat transfer vinyl before, I've got a great post giving you all the details for using it in the description of this video. It says like how to use heat transfer, so that'd be a great place to start. if you are not used to using heat transfer. But so I went over here and I hit this SVG button and I uploaded this design into the Canvas workspace. And this is a downloadable program that you can download for free, and then you connect it to your scan and cut machine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select what I want to cut first, and I've got some different color vinyls, so I'm going to divide this up. So I am going to see how this is. So over here you can see all the different layers, and sometimes the words are all put together in this layer, but it doesn't look like it is this time. So we'll just have to go with that. So I am going to hide the girls just want to have sun. So I've deleted 3 of the letters, and we're going to cut this with one color, and then we're going to go ahead and cut the other part with the other color. So I'm just going to leave this just as is, and I'm going to go ahead and hit transfer file via the internet. And now it will do that. So that warning sign that's popping up is it's telling me that some layers were hidden, which I know because I hid them so that it wouldn't cut them. So if you hide a layer, then it will not cut that, which is what I want. Okay, so actually we're going to go back and do one thing, but I have this fun glitter heat transfer vinyl that we're going to use. And I forgot one key important thing. So I'm going to go back and do that, and that is to reverse my letters. The link to the summit should be under this video or next to this video or above this video, depending on where you're watching it. Okay, so I need to reverse these letters, and I didn't do that. So I'm going to highlight just the letters, go over here to the edit, and flip those. Okay, so now I've flipped the letters. And the palm trees and the sun don't really matter if we flip it. So now I'm going to transfer it one more time. Okay, objects have been hidden, I know. Okay, so now it's ready to go. So now we go over here, and I guess I'll show you a close-up before I move on. So I'm going to go back to the home page and hit the retrieve data. It's via Wi-Fi. And then I can see my design. So I see the sun, the words backwards, and the 2 palm trees. So great. Oh, I was going to show you, let me show you the scanning function of this. That's really fun. So with your heat transfer vinyl, you want to put it face down. So I'm putting that pretty glittery side down, and then I have the side that will be the heat transfer side up. So after you have your design, here, if you want to see how that fits on your mat or on your vinyl, because you can see my vinyl doesn't go all the way across. So if you want to make sure you're using scraps, you can hit this fun scan button. Okay, and what this will do is it'll scan the mat. So I just want to show you this, and it'll show you exactly where your vinyl is. And so if you need to adjust your design to move it to where the vinyl is, you can. So that's just such a helpful tip, having both the scanner and the cutter in one device, being able to do that. So I can see, and let me just show you this up close, if you can. Can you kind of see how this is my vinyl, that dark matte thing, and you can see how what I want to cut is all on top of that. So if it wasn't on top of that, I could just edit and move it around so that it's all on there. Okay, so that is so handy. Yes, this is a standard tack adhesive mat. Okay, so now, sorry, I'm trying to move the camera so you can see. So it's okay. Yep, so I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to select cut. Remember, if you're doing vinyl, you want a half cut, which means it cuts the vinyl, but it doesn't cut that clear plastic layer underneath, which we will see in a minute when we reveal this vinyl. So half cut is on. It should, let's see, we're going to do a test because that's always a good idea. Okay, so I'm going to start that and find my little picking tool so we can pick out the test and just make sure it works. Okay, so I can see that this sparkly little square picked right out, so it looks like our machine is set up fine. So now we're going to start our design, and while that's cutting, I'm going to swing back over and get the second part of the design set up on my computer so it can kind of go back and forth. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to reveal the part of the design that we hid. So I'm going to go back down here and reveal those words, and then I'm literally going to hide everything else so that I only cut those final 3 words. And depending on how the SVG file is set up, sometimes these are grouped, like this little sun thing up here is all separate pieces, but sometimes the designer has grouped those and then one click you can hide the whole thing. But whatever, this was a free file, so I'm not going to complain too much. So then remember, I want to select all this, and I want to go to my edit, and then I want to flip it so that it's right side up when we're finished. Okay, and then I can go ahead and send it over. Okay, so now it's ready for download, and then we'll be able to switch the vinyl out when this one is finished cutting. So we're just letting that finish cut. Get a little cutting action there. And I like how it tells you on the screen, you know, you can kind of see how much time is left and what you have going. So I'm going to just leave that mat loaded in there, and I'm going to switch this out. Looks like I have a little wing here to cut out. Hey Kathleen, so the Scan and Cut software is actually a free download on the Brother website. So anyone can download it, but it actually won't do you any good unless you have a Scan and Cut machine to pair it with. So once you've downloaded the free software, then you can go ahead and you enter your machine's information, and then you're going to go ahead and pair it with your machine. But it's a free download, so you can go ahead and just grab that. You could actually grab it and start playing around with it before you even have a machine, which is really great, and then you could be comfortable with using the software before your machine even arrives. Okay, so I'm going to retrieve data again, and I'm going to get the second part. Now it's still showing my scan from the last time because I didn't clear that, but that's okay. I have plenty of vinyl. I've put this pink on here. Again, I have the shiny side down, and since the last one cut fine and this is the same material, I'm going to just hit OK, select cut, and we're going to start. Yes, I know a lot of people do end up with machines they don't always use, but once you get into it, you're never going to go back to crafting without it. At least I don't think so. They're so much fun to use and so great. Okay, so while that's cutting, I'm going to swing you over here, and with the glitter vinyl, it's really hard to see where it cuts. So I'm just going to use this square that I already had and pull this and see if it will reveal. Oh, there we go. So my design will be revealed in the peeling. And like I mentioned before, I usually try to peel what I can first, and then I'm going to go back and pick, or we call it weed out the rest. So I see someone's mentioning about the Disney machine. I personally haven't used that machine, but I would think it's just like this one where you can do the Disney or you can do just a lot of other things with it, and you don't have to use the Disney. But I don't know if anyone else has personal experience with it that wants to share. I do not. I mean, I just haven't had a chance to use it yet. Okay, so that is finished cutting, and I'm going to try to save the bottom of this vinyl. You can always use those scraps for something else. So now we can see, because we cut it backwards, that it will be right side up when we finished. And I'm going to flip this camera back around so you can see me. And then we can chat while we're doing this. Okay, so supplies. Brother sells heat transfer vinyl. All your box stores will sell heat transfer vinyl. You can buy it on Amazon. There are literally so many places you can buy heat transfer vinyl. So just Google heat transfer vinyl, and I'm sure you'll come up with many sources to purchase it. So that's pretty easy. My Amazon shop is linked in the description of this video if you want to check out the items that I have there. You can. All right, so this one is almost all ready to go. So here's the first part. We have the sun, it says just have, and we have these two little palm trees right here. So the glitter vinyl is really fun to work with, and here's how shiny it looks when this one has the plastic still on it, so we can't quite see the full effect, but this one is when it's peeled off. So really great. Okay, so now I'm going to unload my mat. I can put that away. And I'm going to turn off my machine. And I'm actually just going to set it on the floor so I can get my ironing station ready, because get my iron woken up. Trying to use this counter for everything. Okay, so there's one part, and then I'm trying to look closely so I can see where it cuts. Sandy, where do I get my vinyls? Okay, that's a good question. So my vinyl scraps, actually I can just show you. Can I show you? So I have these drawer storage things, and I have this one all filled with rolls, and on the bottom are scraps. And this is all sticky craft vinyl. Then here I keep some mats and my cutting tools. And then this next one down is my heat transfer vinyl. And you can see how all the scraps are just in here. But it's quite easy to find them because of the drawer design. So that is how I keep and store my vinyl. There's probably better ways to do it, but that's the storage that I have, and I think it's pretty easy to do using that. So, okay, so I'm going to weed out, and you know, it's kind of an official vinyl crafting term if we talk about weeding the vinyl, but you can always say, you know, picking the vinyl or whatever you want. And we should have our design revealed here. I find that glitter vinyl is a bit more brittle, and by that I mean it tears easier and doesn't really stretch as much as other vinyl, but there it is, so we can see it. This is not a custom made, this is actually a crafting unit from Home Depot. So they were carts, and I put them together, and then I put a countertop on top of them to make, it's a 42 by 42 inch square. So this side has cabinet and this side has 2 of those drawer units. So it was 3 units that I bought, assembled, and then put together. Okay, so we're gonna pick this out. I would say if you're just starting with heat transfer, don't start with glitter, and I'm reminded of this as I'm weeding this, but it's really hard to see the cut lines, and so it does make it a little bit difficult to weed it because I can't always see where I need to pick and what I want to keep, and I don't want to pick on what I want to keep. Okay, so Marsha, this isn't embroidery. This is a SVG design, and there's a ton of built-in designs with the scan and cut, but then there's also, I'm just going to move this over here. There's also so many places that you can get free designs online. So I just searched free girls summer SVGs or something like that, and you'll come up with so many options. So I like to warm the fabric, and now we're going to have 2 different layers here because we have this layer and we have this layer, but you can see how they fit together just fine. Now I can't do them at the same time because if I iron these 2 right now, this green is just going to stick to the protective layer of my pink because this plastic sheet's in the way. So the first thing I'm going to do is, 1, try to make sure that it's centered. So let me grab my tape. Nothing, so it's about 12, so 6. Nothing worse than an off-center t-shirt design, am I right? Let's see here. So we'll do this one and then we'll put the green glitter piece on top, okay? So, and while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna mention one more time since I think, and there's probably some new people here, but if you haven't signed up for the online sewing summit, now would be a great time to do that. The link is in the description of this video, and you can go ahead and sign up for free. It's a week of online sewing videos and full projects with free patterns and tutorials, and it's all free for the whole week to watch live. If you want access after the week, you can purchase that pass, but you totally don't have to. You can enjoy the whole sewing summit with just with the free pass. So check that out. The link is again in the description of this video, and I do get credit if you sign up. That's my affiliate link. So I'd love to get some sign-ups through my account and super appreciate it. Okay, so let's see. Did I pre-wash the top? I don't remember. This was a $1 tank top I bought on clearance last summer. Jane, you can't put both on one protective sheet unless you cut it all of one color. So because I cut it 2 different colors, it's on 2 different protective sheets. You can't move it onto the different protective sheets. It's just on the one that it came on. All right, so we're gonna let that cool for a minute before I peel the top. And yes, some people like to put a pressing cloth. I do not when I'm doing the vinyl, unless you were worried about damaging the shirt, but I actually want this to be as hot as possible, and any layers in between that are going to reduce the amount of heat going to my vinyl. And because I'm not using an actual heat press, I want my vinyl to get really stuck to the fabric so that it doesn't come off in the washing. So, so cute! Look at this on here. Isn't that so fun? An uneven surface. I would test it on a corner or on a piece that maybe you don't care about. My first inclination is no, because I think too much of it would be exposed that could peel off. But I'm a trier. I like to try things even when people say no, that it can't be done. So I would say if you can try it on a corner or on the back side, go for it. Machine embroidery, of course, is maybe going to work better on an uneven surface, but there's no harm in trying if you're able to test it. Thanks, Sandy. Yeah, it's super easy to sign up. You just enter some basic information. There's no payment information needed. You'll get a link and a login, and then you can sign up and watch all of those for free. So if you're using a pressing cloth, you just need to make sure it's really, really hot so that it sticks. Okay, so I have my green design on top of the other one. Okay, there's a little glare, sorry. But down here is a tiny bit of this purple vinyl or the pink vinyl that is not covered by my green protective sheet. So I'm going to take this one that I already peeled off, and I'm going to put it over, because if my hot iron touches that exposed vinyl, it's a big, sticky mess. Big, sticky mess. So now we can go ahead and press on the teal or whatever color you want to call this vinyl. And then our two layers will be put together. Thanks, Patricia. So again, if you've never used heat transfer or heat transfer vinyl, there's a link in the description of this video that says how to use Life So Savory, how to use heat transfer vinyl. And that's a great resource for people who, if you've never used it, it's a great place to start. I walk you through a project, not this project, but one very similar. There's a video, there's step-by-step photos. It gives you all the details. It probably gives you some places to buy heat transfer vinyl. And it's just a great resource for starting that. Patricia, there's a link in the description of this video that says Sewing Summit. So use that to sign up. And Stacia, the clothing does not have to be cotton. No. In fact, this is probably not all cotton. It looks like it's cotton polyester spandex, because this is a clearance t-shirt, a clearance thing. So yeah, heat transfer will stick to, as long as you're not going to melt it. I wouldn't do it on any surface that can't take the heat, but any surface that can take a heat, you can definitely iron the vinyl on. What do you cut the heat? I cut it out with my scan and cut. So, oh, it's on the floor. I put it on the floor. But so I use the scan and cut to cut out my vinyl. There's no sticky mess on the iron. This plastic cover can take the heat. It does not melt. So there's really no sticky mess involved. Okay, unless you touch hot vinyl. If you touch hot vinyl, then you might have a sticky mess. Okay, yay, I'm so glad you guys are signing up. It's really a fun week, and I know a lot of the instructors, and they're just great, and the videos are so fun. Okay, that E just peeled back up, so we're gonna give it another minute, and then I'm gonna let it cool. If you peel it while it's too hot, sometimes it can come up. So some of the common questions that I get with the heat transfer is, a lot of times the actual vinyl will say to wash inside out. That's probably ideal. Do I go through my kids' laundry and make sure that every t-shirt is turned wrong side out before I wash it? No, I do not have time to go through every piece of our laundry. So I wash, and then my kids actually have to put all their own laundry away and do that. So I'm just letting this cool, which is why I'm talking to you guys. So our vinyl stuff gets washed any which way, and I feel like as long as I really made sure it was stuck, use high heat pressure. You'll see me pushing hard onto the vinyl. As long as it's really ingrained in the fibers of the shirt, we don't have trouble with it coming off. Does it eventually wear? Yes. If you have the same sweatshirt for multiple years, is it gonna start to look worn? Totally. But my daughter just got a hand-me-down Wonder Woman shirt that someone gave us from, it's a store-bought, and it has a decal on it. And because it's a hand-me-down and it's been worn for a few years already, that decal looks quite worn too. So I think it's just the way, you're gonna get with those vinyl decals. So, made a mess. How did you get a sticky mess on your iron? Oh no! So I would get your iron really, really hot and then scrape it with a sharp object, and then get it really, really hot and put it on fabric you don't care about and try to rub it off on that scrap fabric, get all the gross stuff off. So I have made messes before on my iron, and that's usually what I try to do. Scrape it, heat it, and it will come off easier. And this is just a small pressing mat that I have, like a tabletop ironing pad. Okay, let's try to peel this again. Ta-da! Look at how cute this is. Whoops. And so simple too, right? And the thing is, you can buy tons of SVG, are the letters you want to look for. Those are the designs that import best and cut best on your electronic cutting machines, including the scan and cut. So SVG designs, so you can Google free SVG designs, you can look on Etsy or wherever you buy your digital files. There's loads of places to purchase them. If you saw a couple weeks ago, I made a birthday shirt that said something about an awesome 11, who's an awesome 11-year-old or something. I don't remember what it said now. It had thumbs and it was pointing. And that one I purchased just because I didn't have time to mess around finding a free one. You can also design your own by importing clip art or graphics into the Brother software, and there's a trace feature, so if you have a logo or something, you can trace it and then you can cut it. So there's just so many options, and there are so many tutorials out there on YouTube, and there's a Brother Crafting Facebook page. This is the Brother Sews, and they have a whole scan and cut team. I'm on the sewing team, not the scan and cut team, but I love my scan and cut so much, and I just wanted to use it today. So there we go. Oh no, Christina, rookie mistake, but you'll get better. You can do it. Yes, this is my daughter. So again, I try to pick up t-shirts and tank tops when I find them on clearance, and then I can make these for gifts or all kinds of things. So I always usually have a stockpile of blank shirts, and again, I think I found this one for $1 at the end of last summer. So you can't even buy fabric for $1, let alone make a tank top. So sometimes it's just fun to have those on hand. So there you go. Check out my post linked here for the how to use heat transfer vinyl. It gives you all the details, including another video showing you all the steps that I just walked you through today. You can also sign up for the Sewing Summit. The link is in the description of this video. It should either be below me. You might have to click a see more to open up the full window. It says Sewing Summit, and then it has some other gibberish, and it ends in the numbers 15. So click that, and you can sign up there for the free Sewing Summit. That's coming up, I think, in 2 weeks with a whole week of free fabric and sewing and crafting videos. So fun. I am doing a scan and cut fabric project for that, so you can check out my video. I'm not sure which day it's airing, but the whole schedule's on the website, and you can check it out there. And then go ahead and test and play around with heat transfer vinyl, and you'll never go back, because you can make custom bags and custom t-shirts and so many things that people think you bought or special ordered because they're custom. People's names and ages and logos and designs and all that fun stuff. So if you missed the beginning of this video, as soon as I finish, you can go back and rewind and fast forward to the bits you need to see Right now you can only see what's live, but you'll be able to see the whole thing as soon as I'm done. If you want to be able to access that, the easiest way to be able to find it is to hit share and save it to your own personal timeline, rather than have to go back through the Brother Sews page or my personal page. There's just more things going on there. So 1st of June, thanks. Beginning of May, and it goes back to the beginning of June. Sorry about that little blip there. So yeah, so that's coming up, and a whole week of fun projects. And check this one out. Check out the heat transfer resource on my website. Again, it'll give you links to buy heat transfer. It'll tell you how to heat transfer and give you all kinds of fun tips, including another fun free SVG that says this girl loves bugs or something, and it's got a really fun bug shirt. So there you go. Patricia's got all the details for you. It's really easy to sign up. You don't need any payment information. You can put it all in there. And I will see you guys I should see you on Monday on the Brother Sews page, and Wednesday back here on my page for more fun sewing tutorials. We'll probably put away the scan and cut for a while since I've done it for 2 weeks now. But so we'll sew some fun things, and I will see you guys then. Check out Life Sew Savory for all your sewing and crafting needs. Until then, and have a great weekend. Bye, guys.